Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I need to be careful with how I preface this, but this year's Royal Rumble might be one of the most divisive ever. And we will talk about it, but in the meantime, hi, welcome to DMK Wrestling with me, Dark Monk Pakpo, or John Andrew, that's my real name. This is Pros and Cons, the show where I look at wrestling shows and tell you what was good on it, what was bad on it, the pros and the cons. The name speaks for itself. But yes, we are looking at the 2022 Royal Rumble, which happened somewhere about, ended like 5 a.m. over here. I was on a live stream. I'm very tired right now, but there's a job to do, so let's go. So just before the kickoff show ended, we were told that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns were going to kick off the show for the Universal Championship, and that was our first match. Now if you remember the stipulation, the Usos were barred from ringside, and oh boy, little did we know what was about to come. So Roman Reigns makes his entrance, and then we hear the Shield music go off, and out comes Seth Rollins in the Shield garb from how many years ago it was. Good Lord, he rattled Roman Reigns. And Roman just melted down. He was talking to himself, trying to tell himself that everything would be okay, that he would overcome him, which did tell you that he did have seeds of doubts being planted in his mind from way back when, because he's never beaten Seth Rollins in singles competition, especially when the title was involved. Now, this match was great. I can't even articulate what I feel into words about this match. I'm going to give it a pro because the near falls were completely insane. There was one point in the match where Roman gets hit with a curb stomp, and around 2.99 Roman just gets his shoulder off the mat. I jumped out of my seat. I'm pretty sure I woke people up in the neighborhood. And then there was a callback to their match from Money in the Bank 2016 where as Roman was going for a spear, Seth turned it into a pedigree, and the ref's match actually hit the 3 in excitement somehow, but Roman got his shoulder up well before time, so the match did continue. And the closing stages of the match is where things got really interesting, and this is where it's going to get divisive, but stick with me. So Roman has Seth down, practically wants to pin him and things, and Seth somehow manages to stir up and hold the Shield fist bump. That really did something to Roman Reigns' psyche. So even I was saying it, hey Roman, you have to choke your brother out, you just have to choke him out now. And so he gets him in the guillotine choke, and the dead center in the middle of the ring. Somehow CrossFit Jesus manages to find a way to get close to the bottom rope, and then he fades out. The ref, Charles Robinson I believe, holds his hand in there as it's about to drop. The hand drops directly on the rope. Roman refuses to break the count. Roman had to be disqualified. So yeah, we had a DQ finish for a championship match, but it made sense because you see the whole time Roman is saying he deserved it, he deserved it. He did not want to let the man go. He choked him out, probably legitimately. And I tell you, it was almost as if Roman Reigns had been possessed to some degree, because he was doing all of these things like he had been awakened or something, and then he was calm and it was so clear as to what he wanted to do. And then he goes out of the ring, he gets a steel chair, and he breaks it off Seth Rollins' back after 20 chair shots. I'm not making this up, you should go and watch it. He broke the chair on Seth Rollins' back, the top part of it. And the way it started too was interesting because he actually hit him in the same manner that Seth hit him 8 years ago at the dissolution of the Shield. So the little details really matter. Now most people would be, they would be divided about this. They would say, yes, I know the DQ finish was a bit of a low ball, but when you look at the story that was being told, it made all the sense in the world. So yeah, I'll give it a pro. I'm not going to con any of this, and let's just move on. It was then time for the Women's Royal Rumble match, and I have a ton of notes. Let me just show you real quick. So yeah, I took notes down for every single person that was in the match and who eliminated them in the order in which they eliminated them. Sasha Banks and a returning Melina started this year's Women's Royal Rumble. And at first, I believed that Sasha Banks was going to set some sort of record and last all the way through, but well, joke's on me. So yes, there's back and forth between Melina. Melina gets on the apron after Sasha Banks puts her there, and I think the momentum was so much so that Melina had to jump off, and so yeah, she was eliminated first in this year's Royal Rumble, and then they had a bit of a split twerk. That was so strange. So yeah, I'm going to call the order of the entrance, and then if I get to a surprise, then I can go over that. So we had Tamina come next, then Kelly, who was the second person to be eliminated by Sasha Banks, but I will tell you, Kelly looks great. Then came Aaliyah, then Liv Morgan, then Queen Zelina, then Bianca Belair at number 8 this year. Last year she was number 3. Then Dana Brooke, then Michelle McCool, who had to have lasted at least 30 minutes. She was there a fairly long time. And then this is where things get interesting, because Sonya Deville comes out, notices what's going on, and she's like, okay, I'm wearing my jacket. Let me just go to the commentary desk and sit there and give some commentary on the match. So yes, the logic you have to understand is, yes, when she's wearing the coat, you can't touch her because she's unofficial, but when she takes it off, yeah, you can wallop her as many times as you like. Then Natalya came out at number 12, and then Cameron from the Funkadactyls. If you remember, the Funkadactyls was the team with Naomi and Brodus Clay, Somebody Call My Mama, all that stuff. But Cameron looks so good. She has some very jaw-dropping moments in this match, and I will tell you, from I guess a lot of people have been following her outside of WWE, but she has improved so much as an in-ring competitor. It was a joy to watch. So I've forgotten who said it, but as Cameron's history was being recapped, it came up that, yeah, she was Naomi's friend, and then Sonya was like, wait, she's Naomi's friend? And they was like, yeah, they used to be a tag team together. She was like, oh, really? And then she takes the coat off, gets into the ring, beats the tar out of Cameron, and then throws her out. But it wouldn't be too long before Naomi came in at number 14. After entering and checking on Cameron outside the ring, she got into a brawl with Sonya, finally got the upper hand, threw Sonya Deville out of the ring. So then Carmella comes in, Rhea Ripley comes in, Charlotte Flair came in, and then Ivory came in her right to censor gimmick. It was so funny. She was going on about how everyone was misguided, how the girls were all misguided, and then she kind of caught the eye of Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley just practically set her over the top rope and pushed her, and she was like, ow. Now going back to Naomi for a second, Naomi was thrown over the top rope by Charlotte, but somehow Naomi's legs were able to get the bottom rope, and then Charlotte was going to push them over, but Naomi was still in balance. You know, it was going to be a highlight reel moment. When Sonya Deville came, held Naomi by the arms, and Naomi was like, no. She was like, yes, and she pulls her out of the ring. So that's how she was eliminated. Then we had Brie mode. Brie Bella came back and she ignited yes chants in the crowd. I was like, oh my goodness, you people like trouble. And then we got Hardcore Country, the theme song from Mickie James, the Impact Women's Champion, who brought the belt. Oh my god, I lost my mind. That was a great moment. And then we had Alicia Fox, and shame on me, because when her theme started, I couldn't remember whose theme it was, but it was so familiar. I was bopping my head, and then I saw Alicia doing her waving thing. I was like, oh my god, it's Alicia. Nikki Ash came in next, and then Summer Rae came in, and as she was running to the ring, she dropped an F-bomb. That was hilarious. But yeah, she was trying to get to it with Natalya, you know, the Total Divas thing. I think it's been, how long has it been? People weren't really invested, so it was like, okay. Nikki Bella came in at number 24, and then Sarah Logan, yes. Sarah Logan, the wife of Eric of the Viking Raiders, former Riot Squad member with Ruby Riott, now Ruby Soho, and Liv Morgan, comes in at number 25, and my god, it was emotional when she and Liv reconnected until the Bella twins just, you know, hit them in the face. Then Lita came out at number 26, Mighty Molly Holly came out at number 27, and before she could even get to the ring, she was beaten up by Nikki Ash, because of course there can't be two superheroes. She throws her back into the ring, then she throws out like, yeah, I'm the only superhero here. And then number 28 was some, no one even though we heard the rumors, we didn't expect her to come out at that number. Flipping rowdy Ronda Rousey came out at number 28, and she was just stone-faced. I was like, oh wait, she's still mad at the fans? Evidently not. And Ronda just went off. Let me look at my list real quick. So Ronda eliminated Shotzi, who came out at number 29. She eliminated Nikki Ash. She eliminated Brie Bella. She eliminated Charlotte Flair in the closing stages of the match. She was actually the last person who she eliminated. But yes, the last four, I believe, was Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler, who she reunited with, who Ronda Rousey reunited with, and it was so cool. But it was Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca, and they were just bouncing off of each other. It was great, but unfortunately, yes, in the dying stages of the match, Charlotte Flair eliminated Bianca Belair, who was eliminating Shayna Baszler. Then it was down to these last two women, and Ronda just got the upper hand and eliminated Charlotte Flair to win this year's Royal Rumble match. So yeah, I guess we are getting her in the championship picture. It was a great moment. Of course, Ronda, we don't know what's going on with her. She will be on Raw on Monday night, or well, Tuesday morning in Africa. But yeah, Great moment. So yes, this Women's Royal Rumble match absolutely was great. It was the best Royal Rumble match of the night, and I have no hesitations in giving this a pro. Solid match. It was then time for the Raw Women's Championship match between Becky Lynch and Doudrop, and even though the result was somewhat predictable, the match was fine. I'll give this a pro as well. Now, it definitely is not the best match on the card or the best match of the night, but the story they were trying to tell is what I can appreciate, because Doudrop is massive. Becky Lynch is going up against her for the first time, so they have to feel each other out. They have to figure out, okay, this is what it is, and all of those things just played out, but it pretty much ended when Becky Lynch hit the manhandle slam for the second row to pin Doudrop, and that was really the only way it was going to make sense, because Becky Lynch couldn't get her off the ground when they were on level mat level. My English is very weird sometimes. And then it was time for the WWE Championship match between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. And this match didn't need to go long, but oh boy, were we really in for a story. So these two men, when starting the match, were evenly matched. They started with a collar and elbow tie-up, which must have lasted at least 30 seconds. And then Brock, I think, suplexed Bobby, and Bobby was like, okay, cool, that's fine. And then he gets him on the next one, suplexes Brock, and I think he suplexed Brock on his neck at one time. So Bobby at the next time got suplexed by Brock. I know it's a lot of suplexes, just stay with me for a second. But this match escalated quickly, and they kind of played off of things that happened at the Day One pay-per-view. For starters, when they got to the outside, Bobby Lashley was about to spear Brock Lesnar through the barricade, but Brock Lesnar, because he's some sort of cyborg, telegraphed this and he stepped out of the way just before Bobby could get to him, and Bobby ran straight through the barricade. Bobby still got his shots in. He hit about 2 spears. He actually locked Brock Lesnar in the headlock about twice, if I believe, and then the ref somehow got squashed in the corner by Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, so he was out of it. And then Brock Lesnar hit the F5 on Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley's legs hit the referee, so the ref got knocked out. And as Brock is going for the pin, there's no one to count, so he's getting up trying to understand the situation, and then a black figure just comes out of nowhere and spears him, and then we get to see that it is Roman Reigns. So yes, what I was saying from a few days ago was very true. If you didn't get it at the start of the show as well, I don't know what you're looking at, but the point is, yes, Roman Reigns is completely off the rails now. He has unlocked another level of heel that I never thought possible. Like I said, if you call math simple, even when you can add letters to that, you are not okay. And then this is where things really were eye-opening. Roman Reigns just walks over to where Paul Heyman is. He looks at him for a while. Paul Heyman is just looking at him. And then Roman Reigns holds out his hand and Paul Heyman just gives him the WWE Championship. Roman Reigns uses it to hit Brock Lesnar when he was getting up. This gave Bobby Lashley the opportunity to hit the 1, 2, 3, or to get the 1, 2, 3. And yes, we have a new WWE champion, a 2-time WWE champion for that matter, in Bobby Lashley. I will say it was great. The storytelling was good. Roman Reigns has definitely lost his mind, and we will see the repercussions of it in the coming weeks. But yeah, pro all the way. We then had the mixed tag team match between Edge, Beth Phoenix, Maryse, and Miz, and I will say, yeah, it was okay. I'll just give it a pro and we can move along. There really wasn't too much. I found, I was kind of dealing with streaming issues at the time, so I didn't watch it as well as I probably should have. Yeah, it was an enjoyable match. The entrances of Edge and Beth Phoenix were really cool. Beth Phoenix got her revenge against Maryse, so that was really fun. And they hit double glam slams at one point, which was so cool to see them just, kicking the crap out of Miz and Maryse, of course. But yeah, either way, good match. Let's move on to the most divisive moment of the year, possibly, the 2022 Men's Royal Rumble match. So yes, as I have done before, here's the full list and we are going to run through everybody. But yes, let me just start by saying that AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura started this year's match off, and it didn't take long before Shinsuke was eliminated, so that was really a bit of a bummer. Like, Shinsuke has, I don't know, he's Intercontinental Champion and they just find ways to discredit how good of a wrestler he is. He could have gone there a lot longer than he was, but it's fine. Austin Theory comes to number 3, then Robert Roode, then Ridge Holland, then Montez Ford, then Damian Priest, then Sami Zayn, and then at number 9, Johnny Knoxville. And Johnny Knoxville became the crash test dummy because everyone started hitting their moves on him, particularly this point. It started where AJ and Knox were together. Knox hits AJ with a punch and AJ is like, whoa, because that thing looked very stiff. AJ does that whole combo thing and knocks Johnny Knoxville. Montez Ford did his frog splash, and good lord, Montez Ford must have been like 16 feet in the air. He was just too high, but he hit it anyway. And then, if I have my notes right, yes, Sami Zayn eliminated him, so Johnny Knoxville was the third person to get eliminated. Angelo Dawkins at number 10, and then Omos came at number 11, and good god, the camera work just did justice to how massive of a man Omos is. Ricochet came in at number 12, Chad Gable came in at number 13, and Chad, since he is a PhD holder, rallies the men that were in the ring presently and was like, hey, okay, we have to do this. Let's gang up on him. Damien, you are the bigger guy, you go first. So yeah, Damien got his shots in, but Omos overpowered him. And then they got to one point where they were able to get Omos on the ropes. And then Dominic Mysterio came in at number 14, and he tried to pull his weight as well. And then AJ bounced on the ropes and further helped to push Omos out. So yes, this elimination involved, where is Omos? Yes, AJ, Ricochet, Austin Theory, Ridge Holland, Chad Gable, and Ricochet. That was a really special moment. Like, yeah, the giant always goes down in wrestling. Happy Corbin at number 15, Dolph Ziggler at number 16, Sheamus at 17, Boogs at 18, Madcap at 19, Riddle at 20, and then at number 21, we got a returning Drew McIntyre. What? So yes, Drew McIntyre is back, and shocking, I was happy. I was happy he was back, but I was a little worried because I was like, whoa, are you sure that neck is fully healed? And in the course of the match, he did seem to struggle. But yes, he came after Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin, eliminating them and then beating them off the outside. And then Kevin Owens came in at number 22. And then they got the action back into the ring. And then Rey Mysterio came in at number 23. Kofi Kingston came in at number 24. And oh, Delali, I think they tried to do a Royal Rumble spot for Kofi, and they botched it because he was going to do the springboard, and Kevin Owens pushes him from the top rope, and he practically springs off the top rope to the barricade area, and I think he was trying to do that barricade catch, and Kofi's feet hit the floor. So yeah, he was out of it instantly, and it was a botch. Like, I think the replay kind of didn't help things because everyone saw that Kofi's feet hit the floor. So yeah, that was a bit of a bummer. Otis came in at number 25, Big E came in at number 26, and then at number 27 we had a returning Bad Bunny. And I tell you, it's been a while since we saw Bad Bunny, but somehow the man has gotten way better than he was at WrestleMania. And his WrestleMania performance was one for the ages. But yeah, he even hit a Bunny Destroyer on Riddle, which was so cool to see. And then at number 28, we had Shane McMahon. Like my mind just melted at that point. I couldn't believe it. So Shane O'Mac starts, those punches that he does. And then at number 29, we had Randy Orton, hometown boy. And then Brock Lesnar comes in at number 30. And yes, if you watched my predictions video, you would not be surprised, because I did say that whoever lost their major championship at the pay-per-view was going to come into this match and was potentially going to win it, and that's exactly what happened. Brock Lesnar came in, wiped out the field, eliminated Shane McMahon's elimination was so funny because Shane didn't want to go. Like, oh, you could actually hear it. But he eliminated him anyway. He eliminated Bad Bunny. It was down to him and Drew McIntyre in the last stages of the match. Of course, McIntyre had an opportunity for a Claymore, but Brock Lesnar, once again, Cyborg Brock Lesnar, he missed the Claymore because Brock just dodged him last minute, and then he got him up for the F5 and F5'd him out of the ring. So yes, this is Brock Lesnar's second Royal Rumble win, and I know a lot of people are going to be divisive on this, and I am too. I don't know what to say because, number one, this was one of the shortest men's Royal Rumble matches of all time, but I think they had time restrictions, which kind of makes sense. But then again, it's the Royal Rumble. Like, don't restrict it to just 4 hours. Like, anything could happen. Let the action flow. Because about halfway through the match, or no, before they even got to number 20, about 15 men had already been eliminated. That's actually crazy to think about. But the point remains that I don't know if Brock Lesnar needed this win. I genuinely don't know if he needed it. I personally don't think he did. The story with him and Roman Reigns writes itself, but of course Roman Reigns might try to duck him. So of course, that does make some sense. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down to the comment section and I want you to tell me what you thought about this Royal Rumble. Then like this video, share it, subscribe to this channel for more wrestling content. We will see the fallout of this. We are officially on the road to WrestleMania. I'm excited and I'm waiting to see what goes down. I've been John Andrew. I'm not calling myself Dark Mark Babu on this channel. I've decided that just now. My name is John Andrew. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Bye.